trying to make me feel better. Oh, the pity party. That's all they want, pity. And I don't got no pity to give anybody. I'm sorry. Pity don't pay the bills, so you shouldn't want it anyways.
Pretty privilege is real and it sucks. And I think the most frustrating thing about being unattractive, and that's speaking from experience, is the fact that people will overlook you time and time and time again. It's like, damn, do you even notice me? Like, I'm a funny ass. They come down to my content, really. I'm a funny ass. I'm down to earth. I'm cool. If you really got to know me, if you locked in with me, you'll be like, yo, this girl cool. This girl funny. But because I don't look how everybody expects me to look when they see a stud, I get overlooked. Like, damn, I'm the cool, I'm the down to earth one. And then when they come down to dating, bro, I'm a bomb person. I'm a lover girl. I will spoil my girl right. Not even like financially. Like, I'm all about romance. But y'all will overlook me because I don't look ideal to what y'all looking for. I'm a bigger girl, bigger chest. You know, I'm working on that shit. Like, I'm starting to pour into self-care. Like, I'm starting to work on myself. Because a lot of that does play a part. But it's like, damn, like, y'all don't even give a chance to even prove that shit is bigger than looks. Like, that's okay, but damn, give me a chance, bro. All around, like, content, personal life, that shit sucks, bro.
Not everyone is beautiful, and I know people get upset when I say this. I'm not everyone's cup of tea either, and it is what it is. Somebody will look at her and think maybe she's the most attractive person they've seen, and that's their prerogative, but not everyone is going to be attractive. The sooner we accept that, the sooner we can look within and see, hey, what can I do to better myself? I'm glad we watched the entire video before I said anything, because towards the end, she said, hey, I'm working on myself. I'm trying to lose the weight. I'm trying to do this. I'm getting into self-care. And I love that for her. You have people that also have the same mentality, but they don't have the mentality of wanting to fix themselves. They see it as, well, you're just victimizing me. You should just give me a chance. You should take me as I am. And they love to say this one, if you can't love me at my size now, then you don't deserve to love me ever. You're expecting me to love you when you're not even loving yourself. So it doesn't even make any sense. You cannot force somebody to like you. You cannot guilt trip somebody into liking you. Oh, I have a great personality. Okay, well, if I'm not attracted, I'm not fucking attracted. You can make your options a little bit bigger by losing weight. You can make your options a little bit bigger by taking care of yourself, get a fresh retwist and a nice lineup. Don't sit over and just say that you're ugly when you haven't put in the work, when you got all these other factors are contributing to why your face is distorted. Weight distorts the face by a lot. And I know this from experience. I've gained and lost weight all throughout my life. Okay? All throughout my life. I've been bigger, I've been smaller, not this big, but I've been bigger and I've been smaller. I've been a size extra small in my adult life. So I know how my face changes with the weight. It distorts your face, especially when you get extremely large. That's how we ended up with that ET looking heifer. The colorist broad whose face was all just, she looked like ET because she got massively big for most of her life. And when she finally lost the weight, the skin was already stretched out all the way to hell. So of course it's gonna sag. She's gonna need a facelift if she wants to look her age. Your face gets distorted a lot by what you eat. You could get the diabetic contouring. Take care of the factors that are within your control. But see, she didn't do this, but a lot of people, what they'll do in this position is they'll blame their unattractiveness on things out of their control so they don't have to be accountable for the things that are in their control. That's how you end up with a lot of broads saying, oh, it's because I'm dark skinned. Oh, it's because of this. It's because of that. No, it's not that. There are plenty of dark skinned women getting wiped up. There are plenty of dark-skinned women out here that are on these men's walls and the posters because they fine as hell, body's tea, they take care of themselves, they look good. It's not dark-skinned. For some people, maybe it is. And that's their prerogative. Exhaust everything else before you start saying, they don't like me because I'm dark-skinned. If you're massively overweight, maybe that's why. If you got a stank-ass attitude, maybe that's why. If you're constantly going on and on about how you're a victim, Maybe that's why. Exhaust everything else before you arrive at it, because I'm dark skinned. Because there are a lot of dark skinned women out here getting it because they take good care of themselves and they're not victim minded. Shout out to Blunt Girly. I think she says she's either like medium to dark skinned, but there's other women out there, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, that are dark skinned with a capital D, capital K, dark skinned. And they out here getting it because they take good care of themselves. They carry themselves a certain way. They work out. They take care of their body. They dress for their body, because not every body shape is meant for every outfit, even if you're thin. I'm glad that she said she's going to work on herself, that she's in the process of working on herself. But you need to get that idea out of your mind that I have a great personality. They should want. No, I could not want to date you because the eyebrow hair is out of place, and that would be my prerogative. Why would you want to be with somebody like that anyways? Get that out of your mind, that somebody needs to like you for these qualities that you say they need to like you for, because you don't get to determine the value for somebody else. I cannot go to the next person and say, hey, you should like this about me. No, that's their prerogative, just like it's mine. You can't come up to me and tell me, well, you need to like, no, the hell I don't. And the more you do that, the less I like you. When you hear people talk like this, don't get in the comments saying, oh no, you're beautiful. Someone's gonna be lucky to have you. Don't lie to these people. That does not help them. It does not help them one damn bit. All it is pity. We have eyes. And unless you truly feel that way, why aren't you hitting them up in the DM? Ask them out on a date since you feel that way. See what's up. But there's a reason why you're not doing that. Right. So don't lie to these people. It's better to just keep your mouth shut, which is what I do. Obviously, I'm reacting to videos. This is what I do online. I react to videos. If I see this in the wild, I'm keeping my mouth shut. Unless we're very close enough where I feel like you're going to take my advice and listen to my advice and not be angry at me for telling you the truth. Unless it's a situation like that, and there are so few situations that are actually like that, I'm going to just keep my mouth shut. I'm not going to say nay or yay. You got to work with what you got. Look, my father is short. He's shorter than me, and I'm already itty bitty. Barely. He's just a little bit shorter than me, not by a lot. I'm already very short. But see, the short kings out there, y'all can get it, okay? Y'all can do your thing. You got to work on your qualities that you have. What qualities do you have that can work for you? That's it. That's all. Looksmax. That's what you're supposed to do. Everybody looksmaxes. It's just people with a victim mentality that refuse to looksmax, or they'll uglify themselves, which is way worse, right? You already look a mess. You're going to make it worse. Putting in the nose ring, dyeing the hair all ugly colors, shaving, just doing all sorts of stuff to uglify yourself. That's a whole other conversation to be had. Everyone goes through the process of making themselves beautiful, adorning themselves, taking care of themselves. If you picked out the most beautiful person in the world, I assure you, they put work into themselves, whether it is taking care of their skin, making sure that their body is tea, eating healthy, drinking water, things like that. They're pouring into themselves, and that's the reason why they look the way that they do. Because you could take somebody that has all the features. They have all the beautiful features as they were born. If they do not take care of themselves, their looks will degrade. Their looks will deteriorate. They will look a mess. So it takes work. All these beautiful people that you see online, that takes work. It takes effort. It takes time. So if you want to be your best self, guess what? You got to take the time. And it's what it is. It's going to be what it is.
Let's talk about being considered ugly. So, I am not conventionally attractive. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean that there's no beauty standard that I check any boxes of. I don't fit the overarching white beauty standard, and I definitely don't fit the black beauty standard, which we know is like light skin, looser hair texture. I have very dark skin. I have distinctly African features, and I have very kinky hair.
Everything that you just described can be beautiful. Darker skin can be beautiful. In fact, I don't think there's anything wrong with her skin tone. Her skin tone is beautiful. It's clear. She has clear skin. Kinky textured hair can be phenomenal. I love a good afro, be it a big afro or a tight one. This is what I'm talking about, that victim mindset where you delude yourself into thinking that lighter skin is somehow beautiful. Can a light-skinned person be beautiful? Yes. Just like any skin tone can be beautiful. It has nothing to do with the skin tone. It has nothing to do with the hair texture. It's how you take care of yourself. It's how you put yourself together. Sis, maybe that hairstyle just does not work for you. Maybe you haven't found your right style. Maybe you need to take a little bit of collagen. It's just, like there's so many other things. I can't tell in this video if she's overweight or not, but sis, you're coming on in a robe. You haven't put yourself together in this picture. Maybe you just don't know how to put yourself together. Is it possible that that's what it is? Instead of rushing to blame your skin tone and your hair texture, I can assure you it's neither of those things. Hell, it might not even be the fact that you have graying hair. I've seen some sisters where they have the gray hair, they let their grays come in naturally and it looks amazing. They look their age, but they look amazing. Sis, maybe you just haven't found your style yet. Maybe you just don't put yourself together. I don't know. But going to blame your darker skin and your kinky hair is some bullshit.
Now, I'm saying all that, but I don't subscribe to beauty standards anymore. I saw this TikTok once of this girl, and she was like, fuck these beauty standards. I'm my own beauty standard. And I was like, period. I'm going to be my own beauty standard too. But for the sake of this story, we're talking about beauty standards. So I've always been told that I was ugly. It was told to me as a child. It was told to me as an adult. And then I gained a lot of weight. So not only was I ugly, I was fat as well. I honestly didn't like myself very much. And I thought that I was ugly too. And if you think you're ugly, then you're ugly. Now, I've been in therapy for the past 4.5 years. And I've managed to rewire my brain. So I don't think that anymore. But there is one thing that has been at the back of my mind that I'm bringing to the forefront now. And I really feel like being considered ugly and unattractive has kind of helped keep me safe. Because I used to be really, really naive. And I also had very low self-esteem. And I used to just really want male attention so bad. I used to wish that I was like one of the pretty girls that would get attention. And I was like, oh, it's never me. It's because I'm ugly. But, since I've been on TikTok, when did I get on TikTok? I think I got on TikTok in 2021. And this app has made my world so much bigger.
Whoever was in her face saying that when she was a child, shame on you. Children, we shouldn't be infecting the minds of children to think that they're ugly. Now, granted, as they get older, we need to learn to take care of ourselves and accept our truths. But even just looking at, I don't think she's ugly. Now, again, she said she gained a lot of weight and then maybe she's lost it and that's why her face is a little bit droopy. That could be it. But that's not a product of anything but your choices if that's the case. I don't think she styles herself well. That's what it seems like to me. Even just coming in with the robe on, it's giving, I don't care. When it comes to people filming videos in robes, it's one thing if you're doing a get ready with me or, a vlog of your day and you're starting your day off in the robe and then at a certain point you put clothes on, you put yourself together, but it's giving I don't give a damn. And her words has told us as much. What are you expecting? What outcome are you expecting if you're not going to put in effort? And it's not that you have to subscribe to everybody else's beauty standard. No, you just have to go with what works for you. Because what works for you does not work for the next broad. There's this whole conversation on TikTok about blush placements. Now, for some people, they need to place it up here because it works better with their face shape. For other people, they need to put it right here in the center of their cheeks because it works better for their face shape. You have to go on your own journey to figure out what looks best on you. And that goes with everything, whether it's how you're doing your eyebrows, whether it's your hair, your clothes, all of that. You have to find what works for you. But people don't want to do that. I see what you're saying. You're saying she's average looking. There's nothing wrong with being average. Do we not understand what average means? It's the median. What's wrong with being average? People take average as a bad thing. And it's like, I can only blame social media for this because we're so used to seeing everybody with these damn filters. Nobody looks like themselves. This is the part about plastic surgery that pisses me off. These bitches will get botched, right? They'll overfill their face. They got pillow face. They'll have all these crazy things going on with their body, BBL. And what they'll do is they'll put a filter over it to smooth it out, make it look good. Whole time it looks a damn mess in person. You see them in person. You're like, who the f is that? That's Kylie? Yikes. You like, is that the same broad? She must got some CGI going on in her photos because it looks insane in person. So these broads will get online botched and then they'll post these filtered posts. People will see this and they'll think that that's the new normal. But nobody looks like that. They don't even look like that. There is nothing wrong with being average. Average is the median. When you're below average, then you need to be doing even more to look smacks. Look your best self. I hate this conversation around average this, average that. There's nothing wrong with being average. TikTok, Instagram, all these places have distorted our idea of average. And not only that, everybody has main character syndrome. Everyone thinks that they're just the top of the notch. The whole world revolves around them. And because of that, they have to be a 10. Like, you can have a fulfilled life without thinking you're a 10 or thinking you're above average. Like, I would be more concerned if I'm hitting below the average. And then, like I said, Looksmaxing so you can at least be average. Average means when I see your face, I'm not gagging. That's what average means. But we've lost the plot in all of this. We've absolutely lost the plot. And unfortunately, people, they will get this defeatist mindset and they'll just say, I'm ugly. Woe is me.
And now I'm like looking back and I'm like, man, being ugly has like kept me safe. Like the fact that no one has ever wanted me, because I feel like if anybody would have wanted me, I would have been just like, oh my God, I'll do anything, even things that I didn't want to do, like maybe get pregnant, because Lord knows I don't ever want kids, or like maybe marry like a bum or something just to have some type of attention. But because I've never had any of that, like I have just been kept safe. And I say that because I looked, at a lot of you women who are telling your stories about things that have happened to you, and I'm just like, I've never experienced any of that. But I'm looking at so many of you tell your stories and I'm like, I don't want those experiences.
I'm glad she's being honest about it. Because what you'll find is that the women that don't take care of themselves, they're massively overweight, or they are below average in the looks department, a lot of times they are the biggest whores. It's the truth. You might think it's the fine broad. No. The biggest whores you will ever find are ugly. Okay, they don't take care of themselves. They're sloppy. When you watch like the whatever podcast, it usually be the ones that's real fugly looking, talking about their body count is over 100, over 1,000. That's what it looks like. Because like she said, and she explained it beautifully, that desperation for validation from a man. So you tolerate anything, you do anything. You'll basically dry hump a man's leg until he sleeps with you. That's how a lot of them think. Not all, but that desperation for validation, that's exactly where that will lead you. And I'm glad she didn't fall for that trap of whoring herself out for a little bit of attention. But still, it's like, you can tell she's still feeling that pain as much as she's trying to hide it through this idea that I'm just so complete and I've done the work. A lot of these therapy people, they'll do that. they'll pretend like they've really gotten past things, but deep down inside, and you could see it through their facial expressions, through their eyes, you could see that there's still a lot of hurt there. And I'm not saying that there's something wrong with having that hurt. I'm not saying that. I'm just calling a spade as a spade as a spade. They're still struggling with those feelings on the inside, and they're pretending like they've coped with it, like they've had some kind of higher understanding of it, but really they're still dealing with that pain, that sadness of not having the life that they truly wanted. And it's sad. It's unfortunate. I don't wish that on people. I wish for people within reason, right? As long as your needs and desires and things like that don't fall into the you should be locked up or you're a effing creep or, things like that, unsavory. As long as it don't fall into that category and everything is consensual, I want for people to get what they want in life. The more happy people out here, the safer the world is. Okay, that's how I feel. If you're going to be happy, and as long as it's not impeding on other people, I want folks to be happy, because that means my streets are a lot safer. That means the world is safer for my children and everybody's children. Let's be so for real. This is a bit of cope. I'm smelling some copium. A lot of these therapy people, like I said, they'll hide behind this. I've evolved. A lot of times they haven't. A lot of times they're still sad, and you can see it. And how they present themselves, how they talk, you can see it.
So I have recently learned what happens when you talk about being unattractive to men on this app. Inevitably, one of three things seems to happen in the comments. The first thing is people relating to your experience, because I posted a video a little over a week ago now where I'm talking about the subtle ways that men let you know they're not hitting on you, that they're not interested. And so many people commented that the same thing happens to them. They totally understood, which was awesome. Now, the second thing that happens is people will come in my comments saying, you're not unattractive at all. You're actually pretty, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's so sweet. It was so kind. And if you happen to be seeing this video and you left a comment like that, thank you so much. Like, truly, from the bottom of my heart, you are so sweet. And then there's the third type of comment. And those are the comments where people are like, well, look at the way you present yourself. Maybe if you did your hair and your makeup and wore a different outfit or blah, 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 men would be interested. Firstly, no. No, that's not how it works. I do like to do my hair and makeup and wear nice outfits from time to time, and men still aren't attracted to me. That makes zero difference.
How much you want to bet when she does all that, it's not well done? Or, exactly, lose 50 pounds. I tried. Lose the weight. Then you can tell me you truly tried. People want to half-ass everything, because I don't think that her face is inherently ugly. The glasses are a mess. Okay, I've had glasses blindness, okay? If you guys have seen my older videos, I had glasses blindness before. I used to wear the big black glasses. I thought they looked funny. You have glasses blindness, your eyebrows need to be plucked, your hair looks a mess, and you're massively overweight. Take care of those things and then put the makeup on. It's like they say, and I'm not saying a pig to be mean, but it's like putting lipstick on a pig. It doesn't work that way. Lose the weight and then tell me you tried. Get a color analysis and then tell me you've tried. You haven't tried. Because guess what? People who try, they keep trying. Do you not recognize that? When people are actually trying, they keep trying. And I can relate this to YouTube. I was posting videos for quite some time, getting under 100 views. Did I give up? No, I kept trying. That's what you do when you're actually trying. You keep at it. You try different things. You don't just keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different outcome. No, you try something new, something different, reimagine it some type of way. But people don't want to do that. They want the easy route. They want to be able to just flip a switch and then get everything that they want. But that's not how it works, Chief. So she's telling me she's tried. I'm telling you, you haven't. Because looking at her face, if I imagine what her face looks like without the extra weight, what her body might look like without the extra weight, hair done, no goofy glasses, eyebrows plucked. And I'm not really a big stickler for makeup. I love makeup. I think it's fun. I think it's fun. It's exciting. I like it. But it's like, if you take care of yourself, then your bare face will be fine. She's not crazy to look at. Like, I'm looking at her face, I'm not gagging. That's halfway there. Exhaust everything else. You want to half-ass it and then say, well, I tried. No, you didn't. Because if you tried, guess what? You'd Keep trying. But this is that loser, defeatist mentality. And that's why she gravitated to the, oh, you guys are so kind, the kind words. These people are lying to you. They are not being kind. When we lie to each other like this, we're not being kind. We're enabling poor behavior. We're enabling delusion. That's not being kind. Being kind is telling the truth. Like the people that were giving her suggestions, they were being kind and she dismissed it. That's not what she wants. She wants to be validated in her nonsense. She wants people to validate her bullshit. And the people that weren't doing that, it makes no difference. Bitch, you didn't try. And that's why you're getting what you get. You expect me to feel bad for people that don't try? I don't.
And also bold of you to assume that I want that male attention, because I don't care.
If you didn't care, then why are you going on and on about being ugly? If you don't care, then why would you even post about it? It's cope. They say that to cope. Well, I don't care about it anyways. Bitch, get out of here. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I wish people would just be honest. It's okay to be vulnerable. And that's another thing I have an issue with. We've gotten so stupid to the point where we don't realize that it's okay to be human and to be vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with saying, yes, I want this. There's something so beautiful about somebody that can be honest and open about what they truly want and not put on the cap for everything, not lie every goddamn day. It's okay that you want male attention. These feminists have rotted the brains of all these women to think that wanting male attention is somehow bad. If you're a heterosexual person, then you would want the attention of the opposite sex because you're a heterosexual. These same broads would call men gay. If they got on here and said, I don't want no female attention, y'all would call them gay. And I'd be right there with you, calling them gay. Because it's like, what? But bitches don't realize that when they say it, it sounds just as goofy. What you mean you don't want male attention? What, you want women's attention? Go be a lesbian, if that's the case, and then leave men out of it. And I would tell men the same thing. If they got on here and said, I don't want women's attention, leave women out of it. Go be a gay man. It's fine. I have nothing against people being gay. Be gay. Just leave us out of it. Us heterosexuals, leave us out of it. You know, you're talking about you don't want no male attention. Are you gay? If so, go be gay and leave men out of it.
Sure, but I'm in my late 30s now. I actually really like the peace that ugly privilege brings me. My best friend has all the male attention in the world, and I wouldn't be able to handle it as graciously as she does. I would be telling men left and right to just leave me alone. I could not handle being pretty. I could not do it. It would be so awkward and uncomfortable for me, so thank God.
I'm here to tell you, you don't know. I would be telling men, no, left and right. You don't know. You don't know how you would be if you had that pretty privilege that you're talking about. You have no idea who you'd be. That's like people saying like, oh, when I get rich, I'm not gonna change. Bitch, you don't know. You have no idea who you would be if the circumstances were different. So you're coping. And it's like, she has pretty eyes. Like, she has pretty eyes. I'm like, girl, all you have to do is lose the weight, take care of your skin. Your lips are crusty. Put some lip masks on. Her skin looks like she's not taking care of it. That's like, girl, you don't have to be in this predicament. This is all self-inflicted. You're literally shooting yourself in the foot with all this stuff that you're doing to yourself. You've uglified yourself. If you lost the weight, lost the glasses, plucked the eyebrows, did some skincare, took care of your lips, did your hair, dressed for your body type, girl, you'd be fine. But of course, a victim is going to look for any way to be victim, even if that means putting themselves in a position where nobody wants them. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Look at what it matter, because you never tried. At least not a full, for real try. You did not. Girl, get a clue. You're not a victim of being ugly. You're a victim of your choices, your life decisions. Put the fork down. And I'm right there with you. I'm putting the fork down too. Drinking my water. Okay, my problem is I like to drink my calories because of coffee and tea and all that stuff. Drink your water. Put the fork down. Do some pushbacks. That's what we got to do to get our weight under control. But when you talk to people that are victim-minded, they don't want to hear none of that. They don't want to hear any of it. They just want you to kiss their ass and tell them, oh, you're so cute. Thank you for the kind words. The lies. Thank you for the lies. Call it what it is. Thank you for lying to me, trying to make me feel better. Oh, the pity party. That's all they want, pity. And I don't got no pity to give anybody. I absolutely have no pity to give anybody. I'm sorry. Pity don't pay the bills, so you shouldn't want it anyways. Me pitying you isn't going to turn your lights on. It's not going to feed you. It's not going to put money in your pocket. It's not going to put money on your table and food in your pocket. Stop lying to folks. If you don't have nothing nice to say, just don't say anything at all. That's all.